Hello, Holmes families. We are excited to welcome back our Holmes Hawks on Wednesday, August 25th. We will be back for full day in-person instruction for all students. Per state guidelines, remote learning will only be provided only if a student is placed in quarantine by the health department or if students qualify as medically fragile. As a reminder, our first day of school is a Wednesday, so students will be dismissed at 2:30. Today, I'm going to share our safety mitigations that are designed to keep both our staff and our students safe. This year, we will continue to focus on the 3 W's and will include explicit teaching of our expectation during our PBIS Teach-Tos with our students. Our 3 W's include wearing a mask, maintaining physical distance of 3 feet whenever possible, and washing our hands regularly. It is so important that our Hawks practice proper mask wearing. Masks must cover your mouth, your nose, and fit well under your chin. We will no longer have dots on our floors to signify physical distancing. Students will be encouraged to use their airplane arms and watch the number of tiles between them to maintain a 3-foot distance from one another. Our teachers and staff will be sure to offer plenty of reminders to our students. Students will be expected to wash their hands throughout the day. Automatic hand sanitizer dispensers have been installed in every classroom and are available throughout the school, and students will be reminded often to use them. We will no longer be doing crisis go or taking daily temperatures at school. Every morning, your parents will check with you to make sure you are healthy enough to come to school. Any student who is not feeling well should not come to school. Symptoms that keep you home are fever, cough, shortness of breath or difficulty breathing, chills, fatigue, muscle and body aches, headache, sore throat, new loss of taste or smell, vomiting, or diarrhea. We've added a new layer of mitigation this year. District 97 will partner with Shield, Illinois, to provide weekly testing to all students in pre-K through 8th grade. This is a non-invasive saliva test that will be conducted on-site during the school day. Testing is optional, but is strongly recommended. No action is necessary to participate. Those who wish to opt out need to complete the Shield opt-out form that was sent to you from the district. You should arrive at school at 7:50 each morning. Adults will check to make sure that your masks are covering your mouth and your nose when you arrive. The playground, similar to last year, will be closed in the morning before school starts. When you come to school, what you'll need to do is go straight to your line spot and maintain your 3-foot distance from your classmates when you line up. Remember to use those airplane arms. You will enter the building with your teacher, following their directions and maintaining your distance using those airplane arms. Now, more than ever, it is so important that you are on time to school. You need to arrive at 7:50 each morning. If you arrive after 7:50, your class will have already come in the building, and you will not be allowed to go through the door that has been assigned to you. You will instead need to go into the main office door, door number 1, the door that is near the front of the building, and you will be marked tardy for the day. To lessen the number of students in each area, we will be utilizing every entrance we have to the building. So you will receive a map that will show where your line in your class is going to be before the first day of school. The one pictured here is simply a sample. You're going to line up in your designated area, maintaining your 3-foot distance between your classmates. When lining up, only one parent is permitted with you in line, and that is for our kindergarten students only. Parents, it is extremely important that you not be in line with your students as much as you want to, and we do recognize that you want to. However, we need to make sure that we are maintaining the physical distance that we need to make sure that we are keeping all of our students and our staff healthy. There's no sports or balls to be brought from home, and there's no playing in line when we are lining up on the playground or in different locations before school. Make sure that all students are listening to the adult directions. As I mentioned before, we will no longer be taking temperatures as we enter the building. Students will be encouraged to use the available hand sanitizer when they enter the building, and they will be required to use sanitizer or wash their hands when they enter their classroom. It is important that you check the weather each morning and dress appropriately. We will not be able to allow students to enter the building early if it's rainy or if it's extremely cold like we have in the past. So plan to dress for the weather and arrive no earlier than 7:50 a.m. We will enter the building at 7:50 a.m. regardless of the weather. As a reminder, our kindergarten students do not ride the bus on the very first day of school. They can begin riding the bus on the second day. Make sure that if you're riding the bus, you arrive to the bus stop 5 minutes early. While waiting for the bus, stand 3 feet apart using your airplane arms. Buses are going to load from back to front. So that means when you get on the bus, you are going to go towards the back of the bus and take the first available seat. Siblings, it will sit together on the bus, and all others will have their own seat when possible. Keep your distance as you enter the bus and trying to maintain that 3 feet. When you get off the bus, when the bus comes to school, we're going to start unloading the bus from the front to the back. That means if you're sitting in the front of the bus, you'll be getting off the bus first and listen for the bus driver to give you directions. When you exit the bus, you're going to walk over to your line location and line up with your class at 7:50 and make sure that you have your mask on all times when you're riding the bus and when you are in line. Always remember to stay seated in your seat the entire time you are on the bus. During the day, your class will have an assigned bathroom break, snack break, and recess break, as well as brain breaks scheduled throughout the day. The district will still be providing weekly food pickup of lunches and breakfasts for families who wish to pick those up from the locations of Longfellow and Brooks Middle School. All meals this year, again similar to last year for breakfast and lunch, will be provided free of cost to any D97 student that is in need. When you pick up your lunches from the designated location, each bag of food will contain 5 breakfasts and 5 lunches. Meal distribution will be held every Tuesday from 10:30 to 1 p.m. If you do not participate in the pickup of lunches and breakfast, you will be able to have those meals at school. Each morning, you will also have an opportunity to have breakfast at school for any student who is in need of a breakfast. And again, that would be at no charge. Lunch will be eaten in the multi-purpose room for students in grades 1 through 5. All kindergarten students will eat lunch in their classroom. Students who bring a lunch, regardless if they are eating in the multi-purpose room or if they are in the classroom, must have a nut-safe lunch each day. Students who are eating in the multi-purpose room will be seated 2 to 1 of our lunch tables. This will ensure that students have at least 3 feet distance between them, and all students throughout the entire multi-purpose room will all be seated in the same direction. This means that only one side of the bench will be utilized through this period. Each grade level will be in there as a grade level, and we will make sure that students maintain their distance. Students will remove their masks to consume their lunch. Students will not be allowed to engage in conversation during this time. Once they finish their lunch, they're able to put on a clean mask if they need to and put their used mask away and then can engage in conversation. School lunch will be available each day and is available to students at no charge. The school lunch will consist of either a sandwich, a pizza kit, or nachos, a fruit or vegetable, and choice of milk. Lunch orders will be taken each morning by the classroom teacher and then reported to the office. Weather permitting, students can eat their snacks outside. All snacks must be nut safe. We are suggesting you bring fresh fruits and vegetables, nut-free popcorn, or pretzels. Your classroom teacher will be communicating specific foods that are not allowed due to different food allergies. If we are eating snack indoors, students will remove their masks for no longer than 15 minutes. Students will not be allowed to engage in conversation during this time. Once they finish their snacks, they have an option of putting on a clean mask and putting away their old mask. If they're eating in the classroom, to limit a lot of movement by other students while they're eating, students will have a Ziploc bag where they can put their trash in. We will provide a snack for any students who do not have one and would like one every day. To help support any contact tracing that may be needed, we will again assign different locations for classrooms to have recess. We will have lunch supervisors who will be supervising students in these different areas. This will be consistent for both their PEA, a physical activity during the day with their classroom, as well as when they have their lunch recess. Students are encouraged to have a water bottle with them every day at school. Our water fountains are turned off, but our water fillers on our water stations are all turned on, and water bottles can be filled when students go on their class bathroom breaks. When students take a drink from their water bottle, they'll move their mask for that moment, but when they are done with their water, they should put their masks back on immediately. The playground will be closed before and immediately after school. When you arrive at school, you again need to go straight to your line, and there is no playing and running around in the morning. This is really due to our contact tracing efforts, and we need to make sure that we are maintaining the safety of all of our students. As a reminder, there is no supervision on the playground before 7:50 in the morning. So please do not allow your child to arrive at school earlier than that time. They should arrive when they are entering the building. During your snack schedule, your break, and weather permitting, your class will eat snack outside and have a movement break at designated areas outside. We know our specials teachers and our specials classes are a favorite of our students. So specials will be scheduled throughout the day as they have been in the past. Your classroom teacher will be sharing your special schedule with you once they start sending their communications to you. Students this year will transition to their specials classrooms. We will not be sharing materials, so we're not going to have any community use of materials, and students will be reminded what they need to bring with them to their specials every class. If for some reason you need to pick your child up early from school, you should let the office know ahead of time by calling 708 524 3100. When you arrive, you should ring the office bell at door 1. Once you are in the vestibule, you'll need to sign your student out on the indicated clipboard. When signing students out on the paper clipboard, there's going to be pens that have separate receptacles, one for clean pens and one for pens that have already been used. Once you sign your child out, please kindly return your used pen to the receptacle as indicated. Once you are in the vestibule, we're going to be limiting the number of people that are in there at one time. So in addition to the office staff, the maximum capacity for visitors in the vestibule should be 1 at a time. We're sorry, but there are no visitors that will be allowed in the building again to start the school year. The exception would be any person involved with construction, inspection, or other building repairs. This is also going to pertain to any of our typical back to school events, such as curriculum night. Our curriculum night will be virtual again this year. And we also will not be able to allow any parents to walk in the building and walk your students to class on the first day of school as we have in the past. Please be sure that your child brings what they need to school each and every day. If something happens to be forgotten, we will be sure that they have what they need throughout the day. That includes making sure they have a lunch, an iPad to use, etc. If an instrument is forgotten, the student can still participate in their band class, band or orchestra class without their instrument. Due to the no visitor policy, please refrain from bringing forgotten items to school. Students will be dismissed at 3 o'clock each day except for Wednesday. On Wednesday, students are dismissed at 2:30. Students will exit the building with their teacher and are to remain 3 feet apart and wear their masks. Teachers will dismiss their class at the same door they enter in the morning. Only one parent is permitted in the kindergarten pickup location. No other parents should be in our pickup locations, so please be sure to coordinate a pickup location with your child that is outside of where students line up. As much as we were truly hoping to have a very normal start to our school year, we are still deep within this pandemic. And it is going to take us coming together as a Holmes community to make sure that we maintain the safety of our students and our staff and our families. So please, please help support us with our safety mitigations. We appreciate you, we miss our students, and we can't wait to see them again. We will see you all soon. Take care and enjoy what's left of your summer. Bye for now.